Hey there, in today's travel tips video, you are going to learn some makeup packing strategies for carry-on luggage only. If you are a woman over 40, you may be packing makeup and skincare in the wrong way. So use my tips and tricks in this video that are specifically for traveling with all the makeup and all the skincare items that our mature skin might need for that trip. One packing tip that I use is the pyramid packing system. So let's say that I have a couple of makeup palettes. I'm going to use the big one on the bottom, then the next one, and then the next part. Like if I have that round disc of bronzer. Another packing tip is to just put your palette in between the length between the handles of your luggage inside your suitcase, and then you pack all your clothes or your packing cubes on top. One travel hack that I utilize as I am building my palette is this palette that I use for travel. It has my travel colors that I want to use because these pieces are from like Mary Kay and some other brand, but they're metal on the bottom, and so they just magnetize and I can put in what I need or pull out what I do not need. You may ask the question, why is that a strategy? Number one, I only pack one palette. So therefore, I do not need the space for a pyramid of palettes. But then I also need bronzer, so that's a round disc that I also have to pack. If you like a cream bronzer, please list it in the comments below. The second packing tip I use is for eyeshadows. I pack all neutral with one accent color. Or you can do another thing like I do. One palette is just for your travel makeup, and then another palette, you can swap them out like I was talking about. But here's the tip. You're going to use certain colors for a color scheme of your travel wardrobe. So like in the winter, I pack a lot of black clothing, and so my eyeshadow would go with that, like a dark brown or something with burgundy. And then in the summer, I would wear bright colors, bright pastels or fluorescent colors, and then I would use more peachy tones or something like that. Throughout this video, I have some packing hacks for makeup specifically and some dry climate skincare tips, so do not miss those. I enjoy wearing makeup. It's not a chore to wear it. I wear it at home in my sweatpants on the 3 days in Houston when I can wear sweatpants. I'm going to give you some strategies to stretch your brain, to refresh the way that you pack makeup. Since we need to pack all of our travel essentials of makeup in carry-on luggage, my next tip has to do with saving space. How am I going to save space? I pack less. Or if you're a grammar teacher, I pack fewer brushes. And I'm going to break this tip apart. This is one way that I pack less makeup. I'm going to use multitasking tools. Your makeup brushes are your tools, but also your makeup, okay? So, for instance, I'm going to use my foundation, which has moisturizer in it, or Mary Kay has a CC cream. It's tinted moisturizer. I use this a lot in the summer, or I'll mix it with this lighter shade in between seasons. It is a full coverage makeup, but it just brushes your skin. Even though it's full coverage, it doesn't feel cakey or look cakey. So therefore, I only pack one product instead of a product plus sunscreen. So I have less containers. Okay, for brushes, I'm going to pack multitasking brushes. Like this brush is for foundation. I can also use it in between my eyes or to cover my eyelids with powder or even foundation or that tinted moisturizer. You can use a powder brush for powder, but you can also use it for blush on the side. You can kind of see where I have done the blush on the side, as well as be your bronzer brush. But one tip is if you're traveling to the beach, you do not need bronzer because you're gonna have that natural sun-kissed look. Another brush that I will multitask with is this little kitten paw one. And I don't use concealer because I haven't found the right one maybe. But I will use extra foundation to really get in between my eyes, like around my nose, and then in those corners. And then sometimes I will also use it with the base color of eyeshadow as an all over eyeshadow. Since I do have hooded eyes, I like that in this travel set you get the hooded eye size. You could use the smaller hooded eye brushes for that accent color that you want if you're going to a dark restaurant, or if you really are bored with your eyeshadow color so far. I have used the little smudger brush to smudge my eyeliner in, and also I have a blue eyeliner that I use at home, but I will do this. I will brush it on, or like draw it onto my smudger brush, and then I'll make a little part, like I'll brush that onto my eyelid so that I have some blue in there. And it's just a little accent color of blue. Another tip is I would not take my blue eyeliner on vacation because I do not have to have it. It's one easy way to eliminate that item. Another item you do not have to pack for accent colors is your fingertips. You can put the accent color on your ring finger because that's the least strong, so it's not going to press on your skin and make more wrinkles. In dry climates, this is a travel hack that I use, especially when I go to Colorado and when I used to live in Northern Virginia near DC. I would pack my moisturizer and my CC cream, or my tinted moisturizer, and that gave me double moisturizer. Now what I do, since I'm 52, I love this vitamin C serum. My mom now uses it. I use it on my shins, on my forearms, and especially right here on my neck and chest, but you can use it on your face. And then you put on that lotion. And for me, the lotion for my body is Gold Bond for diabetics. I always pack it. You can pack it in the little containers. It does not budge. It's that thick, and it does not have a fragrance, which I appreciate. But the easiest way to pack less is this. Do not pack all of your skincare items. I want you to think about face versus skin. Can you go without that makeup for 5 days, or that one eyeshadow for 5 days? Can you go without that one skincare product for 5 days? Probably. No one's going to notice. Your skin is not going to change drastically because you did not pack that vitamin C serum for this trip. As you make your packing list, you are going to eliminate what you do not really need to pack for that trip. Can you leave the bronzer at home in the summer during a beach trip? Or do you really need the bronzer anyway? If you left it at home, you would not need the brush or that container, that circle container that takes up space. Here are several cases that I have used. I have invested in the BK Beauty makeup travel brush set because I love their brushes and I just wanted to up level. I've also used this type. It has a black one, a pink one. I don't think this one is available anymore, but it's handy. You pack your brushes in there, you never have to bring them out, and they stand on your counter very solidly. I have also used just a regular pouch, and I have also just used a Ziploc bag. When I had to pack for like 3 weeks in only carry-on luggage, a Ziploc bag did the job. Another thing you can do is you can lay down your makeup brushes on a dish towel or a hand towel or a makeup towel and roll it up and just put it in your suitcase like that. Then you've got a makeup towel that all your brush powders will be contained in. There are 3 ways that you can remove makeup while on vacation. You can use the wipes that already have the Constitute in them. I don't care for the fragrance of most of them, and I don't like the icky feel of them for some reason. I do not love those makeup eraser pads because I feel like I'm scraping the makeup off my face. You don't have to use soap if you take those. But then there's also this travel hack. You can squeeze makeup remover onto cotton balls fully and then put those into a Ziploc bag, and they do not count as liquid, but they will last long enough for a 5-day trip easily. One of the best ways to help mascara come off daily and on vacation is by using a mascara primer, an eyelash primer. Y'all, I'm telling you the truth. it makes taking off the mascara more efficient. Like it will all come off instead of not. I don't know why. When I just am in a hurry and I just use mascara, it doesn't come off all the way at night. And then you may want to also invest in travel size mascara. It's not going to last that long anyway, so why pay for a larger bottle? This magical drugstore item from Wet n Wild is your eyeshadow primer. You put that on the base of your eyelids, and it's less than a pea-sized amount that you need. It's watery, but it has 16-hour at least staying powder, and it also will just even out your skin tone. To me, it's more like a tinted moisturizer feel and look. You can see I have like the redness patches of my skin on my eyelids, and when I put this on, it just looks like regular skin tone. So if you do not want to wear eyeshadow that day, you're set. If you're going to a really hot, humid vacation spot like Houston, Texas, the eyeshadow primer is going to be really good for keeping your makeup on even while you're sweating. If you do need to pack skincare, packing skincare is important, okay? And I have some sunscreen hacks at the end, but I wanted to show you this super goop. Comes in several different travel size containers. I do like this better, but Trader Joe's uses the exact same ingredients for like 1/5 of the price. There are 3 main tips before you even pack your makeup. Number 1, remember that you're going to be wearing sunglasses a lot. That's going to cover up your eye makeup. Number 2, you are never going to see those tourists again. And number 3, makeup is just an expression of your personality, your creativity. It does not define your beauty. So here are 2 challenges for you. Number 1, I want you to make a list. This list is going to be the least amount of skincare items that you need to pack. Just make a list of your non-negotiables, okay? Number 2, make a list of the least amount of color that you need to add, be it eyeshadow, lip, blush, bronzer. I have even limited the brushes for my blush. I rolled up a piece of toilet paper to apply my blush. I do not recommend it. It did not work. I enjoy wearing makeup if I'm on vacation and if I'm in another country. Let us know if you put makeup on for a very long flight. I do. I can't help it. Here are some long flight tips for makeup. I do have a video on how to help prevent jet lag, but this is one hack that I learned for depuffing your eyes after a long flight or after just being sleep deprived for 2 days. I learned this from Trish McElvoy's makeup director for the state of Texas. He told me that you use just the flat part of your weakest finger, not the fingertip. You're going to put your fingertips flat against your cheekbones like this. And then you're going to, with the moisturizer fresh on your face, you're going to smear or just press evenly all the way to your temples, and then you're going to smear it down and flick backwards like this. You just flick backwards, and you're going to do that 5 times in a row. Okay, be sure that your ring fingers are flat or parallel to your face. You can also pack or wear mid-flight those under eye patches, but some of them look like they have liquid in them. So just be sure to check that and make sure it's in your liquids bag, but they may not be necessary. If you're trying to save space in your liquids bag, you may not need to pack them for this trip. Another idea is, you know that you're supposed to drink water for a really long flight to help your skin not puff up. But my problem is I eat just as much. So I think you need to eat a little less in order for that to work. Otherwise, you've got the salt and the junk food and different food from different countries or just off routine mixed with a bunch of water. It's gonna puff you up so high. But anyway, my video is going to teach you some other things that you can do. Like I said earlier, this next list is just make a list of your non-negotiables and then leave one of those items at home. Just test yourself. You're going to learn after this trip if you need it on the next trip. Another challenge I want to offer you to help you pack less is to make a list of your activities you're going to do while on vacation, because some of those you may not need to pack makeup or skincare items for. You might just need sunscreen. I would also like to offer you a video on how to pack in carry-on luggage only. It is step-by-step, intensive, making you think video tips for how to pack in that carry-on luggage. So be sure to watch it before you leave. Say hey in the comments if we have not met yet, and happy travels, lightweight travels.